Everybody, my name is Jess Del Pino. I'm the host of Health Coach Tip Tuesday, and this week we have a fantastic special video for you as a walkthrough of the FDN Advanced Oxalate course. And I have special guest Paula Reed with me, who is the MDP Clinical Advisor, who's actually gone through the course. So she's here to share her thoughts and tell us a little bit about her experiences. How are you doing today, Paula?
Good, thank you. How about yourself?
Doing really well.
Good.
Before we get started, I just wanted to let you guys know, October, we are going to be giving this course away for free when you enroll in the FDN training course. So you'll get everything we're showing you here for free. If you happen to be watching this after October, this is still a fantastic course to go through. And we're going to show you all the reasons why you definitely want to add this to your training once you've completed your FDN training, or if you're already a grad and you're looking for further information to kind of help your clients, this is a really great course to go through. So some of the things that we found to be really important with this course, especially to give it away in October, is because oxalates are kind of a really hot topic in the health world. And this course really goes in depth into information into oxalic acid, what causes the buildup, what helps it to break down, and what other things can be going wrong with your clients, how to figure out what to do with them, because not everybody has an oxalate problem, but it might be something you don't realize could be causing issues with your clients. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and share Paula's screen here, and we have the course pulled up so that way you guys can see exactly what it looks like when you'll go through it. So if you wanna go ahead and walk us through, Paula, I'd love to get your thoughts on what you really found to be helpful with this course.
Sure. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit so you can see what it looks like once you enter the course and you can actually access the modules. One of the things that I personally really enjoyed about the course is that you get a lot of information in a short amount of time. We're all busy, right? And we're trying to learn a lot of new things. There's only 4 modules in this course, but they're packed with a lot of information. I'm going to expand all of the course here so you can see everything that comes in each module. I'm just going to click on the first one to give you an idea of how easy it is to follow this. It is very organized. It's laid out very clear and concise. When you click on each module, it will show you approximately how much time it should take you to complete the module. That's how long the video is. If I scroll down, you can see the topics that are covered in each module, and you can watch the video. But then you can also just download the audio if you prefer just to listen and maybe take notes on the slides that you can download. And every module does that for you. It tells you exactly how long the video is, what all of the topics are. And something that I really, really enjoy with the advanced courses that FDN offers is this clinical toolkit. This is worth its weight in gold in the course, in my opinion, because besides being able to download the slides, which you can download 1 slide at a time or 3 per page if you're just trying to save paper, a lot of people use that for note-taking. But if there are any client handouts that are available in the course, they're here and you can download those. But the most important thing, in my opinion, is this practitioner reference guide. This is a great thing to have on hand. If you keep it online, download it to your computer, you can search if you're trying to find information quickly. That's an easy way to do it. I'm old-fashioned. I like to print them out. I hole punch them. I put them in a binder. And then anytime I want to just refresh my memory on something, I can look in that practitioner reference guide. It is amazing. But the course is just very concise. You learn a lot of information in a short amount of time. I loved it.
Wow. No, that's great. And I love that you're saying it's a much shorter course than some of the other advanced courses that we offer. Also a little bit less expensive than some of the other courses, but seems to be packed with tons of great information. And really, I love that they have this practitioner's reference guide. What a great thing to have on hand. And like you said, you can either print it out or download it and just search it like a PDF.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that takes so much less time than going on the internet and trying to figure out, okay, let me read through these research papers. Let me ask some people in the community. And it could be such a simple answer you just didn't realize, right?
Absolutely. And it's a trusted source,
Mm-hmm. So exactly. If you wouldn't mind, could you open it up so that people can kind of see what it looks like?
Sure.
Yeah.
Now,
So if you guys don't know, all of our clinical toolkits and practitioner guides are password protected, which means you can't just go find them on the internet. You have to go through the course.
Exactly. So I'll scroll down here and just kind of show you. So even though it looks like a relatively short course, it's still 51 pages with a practitioner's guide. So you learn everything about oxalates, everything you wanted to know but were afraid to ask, exactly why they can become a problem, how they become a problem. It also reinforces the need for like FDNs to do those core foundational labs, because those are some of the labs that we can do to kind of gain insight into, is this potentially a problem, for one of our clients? The best way to do the testing, and even the best way to go about lowering oxalates. There really is a particular method you want to use so that your client doesn't have any additional problems. So that was something that really surprised me actually in the course, was learning about how to do it properly. So lots and lots of information in a relatively short course.
That's really amazing. I mean, you opened it up and I'm looking over to the right-hand side here with the little scroll thing. I'm like, well, that's pretty long.
Yeah. No, 51 pages, that is a lot of information.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. I love that. And, that just really goes to show you that even though it's a smaller course, you still get a lot of bang for your buck. And this is something, you definitely want to take advantage of in the month of October. If you haven't already enrolled in our course, our main course to get trained as an FDN, this is a great addition to what you're going to be learning to really be able to dig deeper with people. So what's something that you found really interesting that maybe you didn't know before, Paula, when you went through this course, that somebody might not realize is such a huge part of helping their clients?
I honestly had no idea that one way that a person could potentially have excess oxalates in their system is if they have an issue in their gut, particularly with particular types of bacterial overgrowth and also yeast overgrowth. I mean, candida is like another hot topic, right? Everybody's talking about candida overgrowth. They're related to oxalates potentially. And knowing what's the best next step if you really suspect that based on what you see on the foundational labs, of course, correlating with your client's symptoms, what's the best next thing to do? That was something I needed to learn and proved to be very valuable in this course.
I didn't know that either. Just learned something today, and I hope some of you did. Yeah, I mean, like you said, candida overgrowth is a huge hot topic in our community. Oxalates, also another big topic. And it doesn't really surprise me that they relate to each other, right? As we learn in FDN, everything is related.
Absolutely.
So it's a matter of finding the right path with somebody and not just focusing on the symptom or the particular issue. Like candida and oxalates are just an offshoot of metabolic chaos in the body. And so it's just a great indicator to show to your clients, look, we found that there's something not working correctly because you have these overgrowths, you have this excess amount of oxalates that aren't clearing out of your system properly. So now we can start to look at other aspects of your life, right? And I'm sure in this course that they really break down like how you can go through the rest of like dress with somebody with this particular issue in mind, right?
Yes, very, very specific information with diet, with supplements, with the rest of the lifestyle strategies that as FDNs we know we need to use with everyone anyway. But that's what's so great. It's not just teaching you about the topic, but how do you address it and what's the best strategy there and in what order to do that even.
In what order? That's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't taken our course or haven't seen how we address things with clients, we use a program called Dress for Health Success. And DRESS stands for diet, rest, exercise, stress management or stress reduction, and supplementation. But not just that, we do it in that order.
Right. Right.
And diet is a huge part of what's going on with oxalates, right?
Absolutely. And there's a very important strategy there when you're trying to help someone reduce oxalates. You don't want to do it too quickly. That was another thing I learned in the course. So again, very valuable information about how do you want to approach this to best help your client so that they don't have worse symptoms, quite frankly.
Yeah, totally. With the symptom thing, right? When you remove something too quickly, you kind of shock the body.
Right. Right. Exactly.
And we want to make sure that we're offering the best support and opening up things the way that they need to go. And also setting somebody up in a position where they're going to be able to change those habits and keep them changed. This is lifestyle change, guys. This isn't just, let's reduce some oxalates. Let's get somebody to feel better. Like, let's change the way that people think about their health. Let's change the way that people are focused on certain things. Oxalates being a huge one. I know we've had a ton of people who've come to us asking questions about oxalates because they'll see some article or somebody will talk about it.
Right.
And, it can be a big issue for people, but also it's not the only thing going on. Right, Paula?
Exactly. Exactly. It's just one more piece of the puzzle.
Definitely. So is there anything else you wanted to share about the course that you found to be really interesting or that people may not realize is super important about adding this to their toolbox of information that they're learning?
I just think the more you learn, obviously, the more you can help your clients. And as long as I've been doing this, and it's actually been many years, I honestly had no idea the role that oxalates could play. Like in my particular primary client population, I work with a lot of perimenopausal and menopausal women, and a lot of women in that age range are starting to get things like, they get a lot of yeast infections, or they're starting to get kidney stones and they don't understand why. Or even when you start helping someone with diet, when someone starts incorporating things like green smoothies or they're eating more spinach and leafy greens in their diet, sometimes that's when these oxalate issues kind of, introduce themselves. So I guess for me, with my population, I didn't realize how many women I was working with that had already had issues with kidney stones, that it might have been an oxalate issue, and where all I really needed to dig deeper to figure out what are they doing with their diet, what is different, have we done the stool testing, do we know what their microbiome looks like, and potentially do we need to do like an organic acids test. So it just really enforced a lot of information for me on how we need to start with the basics, but then we know where to go from there if we need to and do further investigation.
Wow, that's a lot. And that's super comprehensive. And I'm glad that this course was able to help you kind of work with your clients at a much deeper level.
Absolutely.
So one more question about it. When you, what does the testing look like at the end of the course so that you can feel like, I know with our advanced courses, we don't have time limits on them for people when they take them, right? This is further learning for people. And so,
Absolutely.
I'm just curious, what does the final look like in this course so that you can kind of get your certification in oxalates?
Right. So, the quizzes are pretty easy. There is a quiz after each module, but there's only 4 modules. So there's 4 quiz, and they were really short. Most of them were like 5 or 6 questions just to make sure that you understand the basics of each one of those modules. The final exam, because again, this is a shorter course, I don't remember the exact number of questions. I want to say it was like maybe 25 to 30, but it's open book. I mean, it's not like it's a proctored exam. You're not being timed. You're allowed to look up information. The most important thing is that you understand the content, that you understand the information. It's all right if you have to look it up, on the slides or once you pass the course or whatever you're using the practitioner's guide. As long as you know where to go to get the correct information, that works too. So it's not a difficult exam to pass. It's nice when you can try and do as much from memory, but if you need to look some information up to refresh your memory, that's actually allowed.
And that's actually very real, right? Like in the real world, if you can't find the information with your client, that's a big problem. Like part of what we do as practitioners is we're great researchers. And we know where to look and who to ask for help. And that's very real.
Exactly. You don't have to be a walking encyclopedia and have absolutely everything memorized, but just knowing where to go to get the right information is important too.
Definitely. Wow, this seems like a fantastic walkthrough, and I hope that people who are watching here today got a lot out of it. If you guys have any questions about this course in particular, you can comment below, because this was recorded, not live, but we will be monitoring the comments. So if you guys have questions about oxalates or the oxalate course, you can comment. This will be put on Facebook, YouTube, and later on Instagram. If you're interested in going through this course, then we will put a link in the comments on how you can enroll for this course specifically, or to connect you with a course advisor, so that way you guys can go through our main course and hopefully get this course for free if it's still October.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Paula. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your experience on your screen. And I hope to have you back on again, and I'd love to talk a little bit more about your work that you're doing with women, because it sounds really awesome.
Great. I'd love to.
Great. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for this special video Advanced Oxalates course walkthrough, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday for Health Coach Tip Tuesday. All right. Have a great rest of your day, Paula. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.